Welcome to the Kelly Center. Welcome to the Kelly Center. Thank you all for being here. I'm Tom Kelly, and I just want to welcome you and thank you all for joining us. Also, just want to do a quick shout out to my buddy Mark Lipsky from college days. He has been producing our comedy shows, and everyone has been terrific, and they just keep getting better and better. So thank you, thank you, thank you. I can't thank you enough, so I'll stop trying. Anybody here for the very first time tonight? Oh, good, some new faces. Thank you for joining us. House rules, recommendations: no smoking, anything. If you want to catch a smoke, you have to go outside. The restrooms are in the hallway. There's two on the right in the hallway. Unisex, use whichever one's open. And enjoy yourselves tonight. We've got complimentary beverages at the bar. We do appreciate your donations in the tip jar. You're supporting the arts. We are a nonprofit organization, and we love doing this kind of thing for you. So thank you all for being here. I want to bring up our hostess with the mostest, Amanda.
Thank you, Tom. Well, welcome to the audience here and the streaming audience at home. I'm Amanda. We are live at the Kelly Center in Havertown, PA, and also live streaming on the Kelly Center YouTube and Facebook pages, so tell family and friends that they can tune in. The streaming links are at kellycenter.org. If you're not familiar with us, Kelly Music for Life is a 501c3 nonprofit organization. Our mission is to promote music, the arts, and community. If you are watching online, please make a donation. You can now use Venmo to donate. Venmo at Kelly4Music, that's the number 4, under the business tab. You can also use PayPal or credit card. Just go to kellycenter.org and click contribute, and in the notes, type comedy. Of course, you probably noticed we have complimentary drinks tonight. Who loves complimentary drinks? I know some of you were saying this is the best deal in town. This is like the best kept secret, and it really is. So make sure you go back there. We have beer, wine, seltzer, water, and coffee. And of course, donations are very much appreciated. We are here also now in the New Avenue Cafe, now open every day, 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. They employ individuals with different abilities and offer free live acoustic music every Saturday and Sunday morning from 10 a.m. to noon. Our artist of the month for the month of June, we are featuring the work of Karen Hopkins Harrod, so check that out. Now, I think tonight you're going to see how fun it is, and you're going to want to come back to many events. So you can see all of our great events at our event calendar at kellycenter.org. Major funding for the Kelly Center is provided by Haverford Township Civic Council, the Radio Agency, JMC Fund, and the Connolly Foundation. To support with a tax-deductible contribution, contact us at kellycenter.org. You might have noticed a guy with a camera walking around. There he is. That is Joel Perlish, our house photographer. He always gets he promises to always get your good side, and he also is always happy to take some nice snapshots of you at any time.
Wait a minute.
What, Joel? What?
Every night.
But we have a lot of newcomers, Joel.
Professional photographers
don't take snapshots. All right, ha ha, yeah. So he'll take a professional photograph of you, not a snapshot. Photos from every single Kelly event on the photo link on our website. Music festivals are back in 2022. Who's excited about music festivals coming back? Yes. We are experts at holding a music festival, even in the rain, if you went to Springfest. Kelly Music for Life has 5 big outdoor festivals. Next up is the Havertown Irish Festival, June 25th. That's the best one, behind the Manoa Shopping Center. 2 summer fun jams in Paddock and Merwood Parks in July and August, and the big First Fest Fall Festival on September 10th, honoring first responders. Free live music all day, kids' activities, beer gardens, and more. Sign up for our newsletter for all the updates. And you can sign up for that newsletter if you go to kellycenter.org and scroll to the bottom of the page. All right, now the moment we've all been waiting for, the comedy. We all need a little comedy right now. He produces all of the comedy shows here at the Kelly Center, and tonight he has delivered another sold-out show. Yeah. Sky is magical. Please welcome to the Kelly Center stage in Havertown, Pennsylvania, Mark Lipsky.
Thanks, Amanda. Hey, everybody. Oh, that was quick. Hi. How we doing? Nice. You guys ready for some seriously great laughs and comedy tonight? Yes. A little less enthusiasm. You ready? Because we have 12 performers on this stage. Oh, my goodness. We needed a special permit from the township to squeeze all the laughs in one night. To get around the fire code so we could fit everybody in this afternoon, I had to fuck a Dalmatian. So I say that for a couple of reasons. One, it's true. I would have done it anyway. But two, that gets the F word out of the way and lets you know that this is open mic comedy. You're going to hear all kinds of language tonight. And now the guys along the wall who come up are free to say pretty much anything. That's how that goes. I am your MC, Mark Lipsky, Mark David Lipsky, MD Lipsky, as my mother so hopefully named me. Didn't quite work out because here I am at this stage of my career hosting a comedy show in Havertown, Pennsylvania. If my mother were only alive, she could die of embarrassment right here, right now. In fairness, I didn't rise to the level of doctorate because of my parents and some of their decisions. I grew up in Overbrook Park, which is just inside Philadelphia. So I am a product of the Philadelphia school system. So that's strike one, strike two, and a couple of foul tips. I really didn't have it going for me. Plus, my parents told me a lot of lies, which I took as fact because I was young and impressionable. So my mother would tell me lies to keep me in check, and my father would tell me lies pretty much just to fuck with me. So my mother would say things like, she'd take me shopping, she'd say, don't make faces like that. Your face is gonna stay that way. Did anybody's parents ever tell them that we got a few hands on that? Whereas my father would say things like, Mark, chocolate milk comes from brown cows. And I believed that till I was in my 40s when I told that to a 9-year-old who looked at me and went, you're stupid. And he was right. I was stupid, a little stupid now. If you say to me, don't do anything stupid, that pretty much frees up my whole day. Another lie that my mother would tell me, and this was a really good one. We didn't have a lot of money growing up. After dinner, when the ice cream trucks would come around, my mother told me that when Mr. Softy is playing music, he's out of ice cream. So that was good for the family, not good for my stomach. Then when I turned 11, my father told me a lie that pretty much changed my entire life. He said to me, son, masturbation causes blindness. Now I'm 11. I had yet to fully form the cognitive skills you need to adequately weigh the risk-reward of masturbation versus blindness, okay? On the one hand, I know I didn't want to be blind. I didn't want to be blind because you play pirate and you walk the plank and you walk right into a wall, so I don't want to be blind. No. But this other thing, I'm 11, and I really didn't know of anything else that could give you such joy, and it was free. So I had to make a decision. I thought carefully and a long time, and I stand before you decades later, fully cited to call bullshit myth busted. The other thing I remember about growing up in Overbrook Park is that the homes were like 16 feet wide. They were very small homes, not much wider than this stage. And we would watch TV as a family, like Gilligan's Island, whatever. My parents were sitting on the sofa, and I'm sitting on the floor in front of the television. And my mother would say, "You're too close to the set, you're gonna go blind." I would get up, go to my room, and masturbate. I figure if I'm gonna go blind, I would much rather be seeing Ginger and Marianne than watching Thurston Howell III on a TV set, and even little Buddy agreed with that decision. All right, one piece of business before we get the show going and bring up our first performer. There's been a disturbing trend lately in comedy, and I just want to say, if for any reason, if you feel like rushing the stage to slap a performer, no. Our last show, an elderly gentleman in the back, something must have set him off. He got up to rush the stage, which was, of course, very slow for rushing. He got up to the front, totally forgot what had upset him, and happily was distracted by a sliver of light off to the right, which means we had a bathroom open. So he was at the age where you never pass up an open bathroom. But if you, because you guys are younger, if you feel that urge, restrain it. At the end of the show, much like the Phillies Run the Bases promotions, you guys can do sprints to and from the stage as much as you want. We just want to clear the stage. Keep everybody safe. You guys are a terrific audience. You look too good for this house. And that's good. We're going to bring up our first performer. She's been making people laugh pretty much her entire life. She grew up here in Havertown and actually was thrown off the air at WHHS, the Haverford High School radio station, for telling a joke. The kind of joke you shouldn't be telling on the Haverford High School radio station. If you know her, you love her. And if you don't, you're about to. Sherry Seitz.
It is so amazing to be here. It's great to be back here. Well, actually not right here because I've never done this or been here before. But like Mark said, back in Havertown. I'm from Havertown. Usually you don't need a mic with me. I'm from this area and grew up here and love it here. And I see my family and the entire audience here and my friends. Thank you for coming. Okay, here's the deal. I appreciate you coming for me because I may have been a little annoying and begging you all to come. And I think since you all bought your own tickets, I will be buying drinks after the show later on because I think I owe you all of that for coming. Okay, so as I said, I'm from here. Never did this before. Here I am. Okay, and I thought, am I going to be scared doing this? And I went, yeah. So I thought to myself, what would Jan Brady do? Because for those of you that are this age, probably get the Brady Bunch. And I remember Mike Brady saying to Jan, if you're going to do your first speech in front of people, picture everybody in their underwear. So I'm like, yeah, I could do that. So, damn. Okay. So then I'm thinking, who wears underwear anyway? But then I'm thinking, okay, I'm going to picture, but my question is, if I'm picturing all of you in your underwear to relax me, are you picturing me in my underwear to laugh? Okay, but you know what? If you are, I don't give a shit because you're going to laugh, and that's all that matters to me. Because I think I'm funny. So, getting to the next part of my little shtick here, I dragged my kids. Well, I paid for their tickets, so they had to come. My two kids are right there. Emily came in from New York. Andrew Slice. I don't want to brag, but they're pretty fucking awesome. And I dragged my kids, and these are the kind of things that I did as a parent. And if any of you think you're going to go, God, I wish I did that, or probably a lot of you are going to say I did it too. So when you have young kids and they get toys, and they get these obnoxious loud toys that says battery included. Here's the trick, moms, dads, don't put the batteries in. So for years, my kids are thinking, Mom, what's wrong with it? The toy's broken. It's broken. Till one day I went, joke's on you, they're missing the batteries. Not that I would ever do that to my kid. Another thing I might do, Andrew, my little boy, he was a very active, still is, 3.5, not 3.5 anymore, active boy. He always wanted to go out and play. Here's the deal. If you lock the screen door and you tell your child who's 3, oh, honey, the outside's closed, they believe it. So I got away with that until it was time for elementary school, and I went, fuck, I guess we have to unlock the door. It worked for a while. The other thing, sorry, Andrew. Mommy loves you. The other thing is my son was very inquisitive, still is. And I remember him saying, Mom, I don't understand. If, if girls have vaginas, why don't boys have penises? And I said, I don't know. Ask your dad about a vasectomy. I mean, because that's out of my thing. Okay, so now moving forward, we moved to Bluebell. And our daughter, Emily, love you, is terrified of dogs for no reason, because she just is. So we did the logical thing when you're a parent and your kid is scared of dogs. You buy a dog. So we bring home Cujo. Okay, it's not Cujo, Chico. Great starter dog for those of you that know my dog. Great, awesome dog. And we have a nice yard, so we decide, you know what? We're going to put an invisible fence, the collar, for those of you that know what that is. It's really not that horrible. And my friend Jen, somewhere back here, there you go, Jennifer. So Jen decides, Jen's got a great arm. Didn't realize that. So Jen comes over and says, oh, let's play catch with Chico. Takes that ball, flings it across, goes to the next door neighbor's lawn. Chico, remember, mind you, it's an invisible fence. So Chico goes right through that fence. We're not going to go any further. You see where I'm going, invisible fence. Okay, but he's fine. Now, he does bark with a stutter, but, that's okay. Every time Jen comes over, my dog does flip her the paw, but I digress. But before you think I'm totally inhumane, the deal is if you put citronella in there, when they bark, they just kill a bunch of bugs. So it's not really, that inhumane. So in the meantime, because I'm a good parent. Okay, so I saw that light. Okay, so meanwhile, I moved to Philadelphia. Love living in Philly. Live by myself. It's awesome. And my girlfriend and I decide, let's go out one night, and we're going to go have some drinks and have a bite to eat. We go to a sushi restaurant. We're sitting there. It's all good. Two guys are sitting across from us, trying to pick us up, and I'm like, damn, I got it. They're looking at me, because, it's about me. I'm loving it. And then all of a sudden, what happens is they're getting a little drunk. They ask us out. We say no because we're not interested. And they're sharing their sake, and it's time for them to leave. And the guy that's, picking me up, his name is John. Swear, that's a true story. John. John comes over, and he comes over to, say his goodbye. And I decide I'm going to, be nice, shake his hand. I pull up my hand to shake his hand, and he pulls out his, okay, seriously? You didn't go with that one? He pulls out his, okay. What he pulls out is his fucking walking stick. No. John is blind. Yeah. No. Liz, true story. John's blind. Never told you that one. Priscilla, you know that one. John is stone blind. Okay, there's nothing wrong with somebody who's blind, but when you're thinking, damn, this guy thinks I'm hot, which I never think, he can't see me. So this is true. So I'm thinking, how did I not see the clues? Little things like, at one point, I did see him sitting at the table, and I see him doing this. I'm thinking he's scratching his leg. Oh, no, he's petting his seeing eye dog, the service dog. How did I not see other clues? True. I could make this shit up. How did I not see the fact that at one point he seemed a little tipsy? So I said, John, are you okay to drive home? How many fingers am I holding up? And he says to me, and I quote, I don't know, you tell me. So I'm thinking, whoa, didn't get that one. Yeah, of course, I should have realized when he wrapped up his doggy bag. And then what happens is it's time to leave. He goes to get his credit card to swipe. The dog gets the credit card. The dog swipes it. And I'm thinking to myself, damn, that is really a full service dog. Wait, is that one too many? Okay. My God, thank you guys. This is the best.
Sherry Seitz. Woo! For the three of you who didn't know, that was Sherry's first time ever doing stand-up. Oh, the courage it takes. Fabulous. I feel really badly for everyone else tonight because you don't know these people's names individually. But if you throw out like a Michelle or a Deb, you're going to hit some spots. So if you want to do crowd work where you have the actual names, Sherry may give you a list. Our next performer, this is not his first time. He hosts shows all around town. He does my job, but a heck of a lot better. He's performed at the New York Comedy Fest, and this is his first appearance at the Kelly Center. Please give a warm welcome for Dan Callahan.
Come on, everybody. Keep it going for Mark and everybody that helped put this together. Give it up for Sherry. First time ever. Give it up for Sherry one more time. Yeah. It's awesome. How about Andrew, too? Dude, you got roasted by your mom on stage. And give it up for yourselves for coming out here tonight on this beautiful night. Give it up for yourselves one more time. Yeah. Now I'm just going to keep pandering for the clap there. Give it up if you've ever seen a car parked like an asshole, but then you see the person coming out to that car and they get in and you're like, yeah, that makes sense. Give it up if you ever had seen that. Yeah. I know where I'm at. Yeah, I'm from New Jersey. You guys we're the same, just trashy drivers. I'm with you. Apparently not, but that's fine. All right. Yeah. Glad to be here, though. Over this whole pandemic period, a lot of people have had rough times, as I joke on myself. I actually accomplished 2 major milestones in my lifetime the past couple years. Got married and I bought a house. So 2 pretty. Thank you. We go into foreclosure next week, so it's been a great ride. Divorce might be on the horizon. Who knows? I told my wife I was just running out to Wawa. That was 4 hours ago. But no, it's been fun. Listen, we got married 2 days before the state of New Jersey shut down. March 14th, 2020. Barely snuck it in, right? Barely. 175 people. But now I'm thinking back on it, and I'm just like, people keep on saying, like, oh, how long you guys been married? And at this point, I'm counting it like dog years. So technically, it's been a little over 2 years, but in my head, it's been 16 and a half years we've been happily married. It's been going good. It has been good. But living in New Jersey's fun, though. Anybody here from Jersey, by the way? One guy, a couple of people. That is the most calm reception. Anybody from Jersey just politely putting their hands up? Wow. Where in Jersey from? Cherry Hill. All right, I live right near there. We both come from Camden County, so don't boo us yet. We come bearing gifts. Me and what's your name, buddy? Craig and I will be in this public parking lot after the show selling unregistered firearms out of the trunk of his car. If anybody wants to come. Craig, did you scratch the serial numbers off those yet? Or you did? All right. Yeah, you use your wife's nail file and everything? Well, you're complicit now, ma'am. Hate to say it, but anyway. During this whole period, though, New Jersey's getting a little weird. I saw an article the other day that said 2 deer in New Jersey contracted COVID, which raises 2 very interesting questions. Number 1, why are they testing deer for COVID? And number 2, how did 2 deer get COVID? I don't know. Craig, you're with me on this, though. We're from New Jersey. We don't give a shit either way, right? No. All that Craig and I can say is don't you dare test the squirrels in our yards for chlamydia. Come on, we're in Havertown, people. Statistically, 1 out of every 2 of you has chlamydia, all right? The dedication I had to do for this bit of now having the history in my phone of the most common STDs in Havertown, Pennsylvania, is now stuck on my history for you guys. This is fun time, though. This is fun. You guys are a good crowd. I gained a lot of weight during the pandemic, too. I was watching a lot of TV. As every single day I do. I watch Jerry Springer from 10 to 2. And there's this one commercial that continues to come on, and it's for the Universal Technical Institute, an online learning institution. And their main tagline in each commercial is to apply online at a uti.edu. Repeatedly, uti.edu. Now I see that commercial about 20 times a day, and every single time it comes on, I get such a burning sensation for education. It's ridiculous. But I am overweight, so I'm trying to look into different diets. I'm looking into this one diet. It was pretty popular back in the 80s. Some of you guys might have heard of it. It's called cocaine. Anybody familiar? I'm just kidding. I don't do cocaine. Don't do drugs. I'm smarter than that. I went to UPenn. Thank you. Let me clarify. I went to UPenn, the hospital, not the school. A little bit of a different. It's for a drug overdose. That's a different story, though. Craig, what do you do for work, Craig? Insurance business. Sounds awfully sketchy. I guess you can make it. Are you like, you know, you got like do you have a criminal lawyer or a criminal lawyer? What kind of insurance guy are you?
I do auto products.
Auto products. Nice. Well, we got insurance that'll cover the unregistered firearms we'll be selling after the show. This is good. Thank you for that, Craig. I'm glad you're here. Well, if that ever falls through for you, Craig, you can come over to me. I just started a new small business. Give it up for me, everybody. Started a new business during the pandemic. Thank you. Thank you. I go door to door selling no soliciting signs. It's fun. I had to resort to that because I got fired from my job as a lifeguard. I showed up day one wearing a tank top that said, "Save a whistleblower lifeguard." Yeah. So that's where my life's been at. I don't mean to brag, but also when I was in high school, I worked in New Jersey as a petroleum distribution engineer. Thank you, Craig. You're way ahead of me. This guy's on the ball. What kind of speed did you do before the show? Everybody else is hammering. They're just slipping out of their seats, and Craig's on top of it. He's like, "Don't worry, I'll run the class here." Craig was the guy in the back of the class saying, "Wait, didn't we have homework last night?" We did work together. Yeah, we're buddies now. Craig was there pumping gas with me. But there is a lot of Eagles fans here, right? I'm going to leave you guys on a fun Eagles story. All right. I love Eagles fans because you guys are dedicated to the stats. Do you guys know how close O.J. Simpson was to getting drafted by the Philadelphia Eagles? Yes. Very close. Buffalo Bills had the #1 overall pick in the 1969 draft. Eagles, #2. Leroy Keys went number 2 to the Eagles, right? I think we talked about this at a former show. But either way, we were this close to having the juice on the loose in the greater Philadelphia area. Do you know what an even bigger shit show this area would be if the juice was on the loose here? I see a lot of pretty white women here tonight. I think you guys know what I'm talking about. You know OJ would have screwed around with some girl from Delco and he would have been the one ending up getting murdered? And instead of getting in that car chase out, well, I never got an applause break on that. They're like, "The juice dead? Keep it going, buddy." This is turning into a different kind of show. But you know, instead of getting in that car chase out in the 405 in LA, he'd just be sitting in traffic on the Schuylkill Expressway. Jimmy Gardner giving the play-by-play from the zoo balloon. Oh. Can you imagine Jimmy Gardner up in the zoo balloon? He'd look a lot better up there than that dork hurricane. Oh, you pulled back on me on that one? OJ getting murdered gets a round of applause. You're like, "Hey, don't make fun of the little guy in the bow tie." All right. Wawa would have sponsored it with a buy one, get one free orange juice. I just keep thinking back to that, and I'll leave you on this note here. The butterfly effect. That if he didn't go to Buffalo, what would have happened in history? Because if he didn't go to Buffalo, he wouldn't have met Nicole Brown, which means the trial of the century maybe would have never happened. Which means Robert Kardashian wouldn't have been on 2 years for 2 years straight, and in turn, the entire Kardashian family maybe would have not become this famous. That's something we can all get behind, right? No matter how you look, what's that? And the Eagles. Well, I think the Eagles would have been better if they had OJ on the team, sir. But things could have been differently for the Eagles, absolutely. They would have had a few more Super Bowl trophies. No matter how you look at it, if OJ came to Philly, he would have really fit in like a glove. That's all I'm trying to say. You guys are great, an audience. Have a good rest of the night in the show. Give it up for Mark one more time.
No. Give it up for Dan. I'm not stealing your applause. No. Great set, Dan. Wow. Craig, who's our next performer?
Mark, you go ahead and introduce
Me? So me? It's good? I don't know, I'm worried about a crowd cheering for murder by a Delaware County woman. That's pretty great. Our next performer is no stranger to this stage. She's a great friend of the Kelly Center. I think you've been here every year. Even when we were down for COVID and we did some things online, she did some great things online. Unfortunately for us, she is going to New York at the end of the summer to continue her studies. But we had to get her back one more time. You're going to love her because I do too. Jillian Markowitz.
Thank you, Mark. Mark was saying before that his parents used to lie to him and tell him the standards, like, if you make that face, it'll get stuck like that, and masturbating makes you blind. Which I actually, as a kid, was like, I'm glad that masturbating makes me blind because I don't need to see my face get stuck like. It's for the best. I actually had a very productive quarantine. Over quarantine, threw my ex out on his ass. Thank you. Threw him out. I had to. He broke my number one rule. Okay, my number one rule is do not ever break up with me. One rule, I couldn't. In 3.5 years, he actually broke up with me 7 times. Relationship just, you know how some people have like a will they, won't they dynamic? This was like a why won't they stop? Our relationship just kept coming back. We couldn't get rid of it. It was like bed bugs or Louis C.K. or my nipple hair. So in 3.5 years, he broke up with me 7 times. That means that he broke up with me more times than he made me come. I wish that were an exaggeration. I wish it were. No, it's been an eventful couple of years. I also, I had surgery recently. I had a polyp scooped out of my uterus, which was fun. I have polycystic ovary syndrome. Does anyone know what that is? Couple of murmurs. If you don't know, PCOS is a hormone imbalance. It causes infertility and masculine features like male pattern baldness or facial hair, making 25 cents more on the dollar, talking too much about Bitcoin. Masculine features. Now, it's true. I do have issues with fertility. I still always make men wear condoms because I truly believe that you can never be too much of a bitch. I actually prefer telling that joke in predominantly male rooms because it never lands. And I know that it hurts them. So I had this polyp scooped out of my uterus, and the doctor said that I can't put anything in my vagina for 2 weeks. So now I have to get a wallet. There it is. No, it's been a rough couple of years. I lost my job, my relationship, the polyp. But there is good news. I just saved a bunch of money on my car insurance by switching to having my car repossessed by the government. What's Geico? Craig? Government Employees Insurance Company. Okay, I didn't actually know that. Did you guys know that's what it stood for? Give it up for Craig. Ensuring that my punchlines hit. Thank you, Craig. I'm actually okay. I know I sound like a sad sack. It's part of my shtick, but I have had a lot of therapy. Any other therapy people? Clap it up. So, you guys, one person in the back. It makes sense. Those are the people laughing at my jokes. They get it. They're actualized. No, so I was in therapy for 6 years, and then my therapist fell in love with me. So I won therapy. That's the point, right? Now, I have a new therapist now, and he is great. I'm positive that I feel very safe with him. I know that he's not going to fall in love with me because he's boundaried and ethical and gay. But we did have a little fight recently. He was like, Jill, you are using attention-seeking behaviors to mask your depression. And I was like, that is a weird reply to a picture of my boobs. It's almost rude. I mean, I know that they're always pointing in opposite directions. But actually, I think subconsciously that's the reason that I have mostly dated other Jews. It wasn't religious. It's just that the long nose facilitated motorboating by shortening the commute from tit to tit. With Gentiles, I feel like I have to pay them gas money. It's like the worst motorboat ever. It's like one of those office toys with the strings and the balls and the... So I have been working through a lot of my issues. I think a lot of them stem back to my mom. She is a very anxious person. I don't think she ever developed object permanence. Do we know what object permanence is? Yes. Craig? Not a big Jean Piaget crowd, that's fine. Object permanence is the reason that babies think peekaboo is fun, because they're at a developmental age where they don't understand that if they can't see something, it doesn't just disappear. So my mom never developed that. Like growing up, we couldn't play peekaboo. She would just send out an Amber Alert. She'd be like, where did Jill go? Where did Jill? Shit, Gary, we lost the baby. It's still so bad. I recently went on a Tinder date, and she texted me, where are you? Are you safe? Have you been kidnapped? I said, I'm fine, I'm good. And she said, how do I know this is really Jill texting me? I couldn't convince her. I had to send her my social security number. And then she stole my identity. I mean, it was a great grift. She's also, she was an alcoholic for a long time. She doesn't drink anymore, but any other people grow up with alcoholic parents? You're just raising your hand. You're like, I don't want to draw focus to myself. But then in the comedian corner, they're like, yes, childhood trauma. I think that when you grew up with an alcoholic parent, my mom was like the cutest alcoholic ever, but I think when you grow up with an alcoholic parent, you kind of just think that alcoholism is like the way that people are. So I was like, wait, you mean your mom didn't come home at 4 a.m., blast Al Jarreau, and eat the desserts out of all your Lunchables? Okay, weirdo. She quit drinking. She had to for health reasons. And she was like, you know, Jillian, I don't know if not drinking is making me live longer, but it's certainly making life feel longer. So I guess it's working. I recently started ketamine infusions for depression, and my father gave me a hard time. He was like, Jillian, ketamine is not FDA approved to treat depression. And I was like, okay, but neither are binge eating and promiscuous sex. So, no, I don't have promiscuous sex. I'm too full. But I am seeing someone now, and he's great. The only issue is that his name is Jack. Yes, exactly. My name is Jill. He sounds like I made him up. His name is literally Jack McMahon. What's your boyfriend's name, Jill? Jack. Jack McMahon. Nursery rhyme McReal boyfriend. But you can't meet him because he goes to a different school. In Canada. Now, I knew he was special because when we first started dating, he was like, I just want to let you know, I have been talking to you for hours now, and I'm not seeing any red flags. Do you? And I was like, yeah. You are a bad listener. I honestly thought that would get a bigger laugh, but I have to get out of here. So. You guys have been great. Let's hear it for your host, Mark.
Let's hear it for Jill. Jillian Markowitz. Thank you, Jill. All right, we doing all right? Yeah. Aaron Bell performed, I think, at our second comedy show ever here, and I wanted to get him back, and tonight was the night. Aaron has performed at the Milwaukee Comedy Festival later on this year. He will be in the North Carolina Comedy Festival. Tonight, though, is the Havertown Comedy Festival. So let's give it up for Aaron Bell.
Hey guys, give it up for Mark. Yes, I have performed in Milwaukee, so you guys are not the whitest audience I've been in front of. This is great. Mark was telling me about the lack of diversity before getting here, like that's a problem for him. And he started off talking about like he's an ally because he went to Overbrook or something. And it's like, you don't need to tell this story. You don't have to pander to me, dude. I believe you. Like, you booked me multiple times for this show. You're a good one. This is good. Yeah, basically, yeah. I feel like I look like a black Skittle up here right now. I'm not even gonna lie. Like, I look like a sexy-ass black Skittle right now. This is fucking dope. This is good. Honestly, give it up for Sherry one more time for doing comedy. That was... Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I didn't know those were her kids. I thought that was a couple back there. That so fucked me up. I was like, I'm trying to figure out this situation. They were like, oh, that's my kids. I was like, oh, this is weird now. Okay. So weird. I was sitting next to her kids the whole fucking time. They even made room for me to sit over. Guys, this is dope. I live in Philly right now, but I was originally from Bucks County, Pennsylvania. For those of you who've never been... Way too excited. Okay, calm down, buddy. And the way I would describe Bucks County is that it's across the river from Trenton, but not far enough away from heroin. And I never understood gentrification until I moved to West Philly. It makes walking at night real dangerous. If I go too far in one direction, I'm in a hood. If I go too far in the other, I'm in Portland. I'm not sure if I'd rather get mugged by a bum or stabbed with different nose rings outside the co-op. But people in Philly are great, though. People in Philly have a lot of side hustles. You just never know what they're going to try to sell you. One day I was at Dunkin' Donuts, I was getting in my car, saw this old man approaching me, thought he was going to ask me for money. Then he opened his palm and I saw a pill. He could say, hey man, do you anybody needs Viagra? I said, sir, it's 7 a.m. There's children out front. Meet me out back. Viagra's the only drug that you can't try with your friends. It's like, hey man, want to smoke some weed? Yeah, sure. Hey man, want to do some coke? Yeah, sure. Hey man, want to do some Viagra? Never speak to me again. Go grab 2 rulers. You guys are cool. I like Philly though. I like Philly because you could be broke and afford to live there. Like, I live in a 6-bedroom, 2-bathroom house with 1 roommate. Greatest Craigslist deal ever. Like, I didn't realize how fortunate my living situation was until my friend visited from New York. He was looking around my room in amazement. He goes, Aaron, you don't understand. People in New York would love to have this. I go, have what? A walk-in closet? He said, nah, windows. And the way my room is set up, it's on the first floor, so and it directly faces outside, so I overhear everyone's conversations. Like one day I was sitting in my room minding my own business when a dude walked by. I said, hey, yo, one day I saw a dude walking by here getting sucked off in the middle of the day. And he turned and looked at me while it was happening. And I never wanted to claim more responsibility for my actions in a moment. But I realized how awkward that would be. Can you imagine me walking outside introducing myself like, hey, man, I'm the dude you saw getting his dick sucked. Aaron Bell, summer 2021. Put it here, buddy. But my dad lives in Hawaii. So that means if he dies, I can't afford to go to his funeral. I'd have to start a GoFundMe to grieve. Like, I hate Zoom comedy, but I love Zoom funerals. It's the greatest idea ever. Like, if one of his flights gets canceled, then I'm not going. It's in a nice little postcard in the mail. Rest in paradise. Aloha from Philly. And he lives in a different time zone, but he gives me crime updates about the city on a regular basis. He says, Aaron, be careful. Carjackings are on the rise in the city. Last week, a Temple University student got shot and stabbed for his vehicle. Be safe. I was like, thanks. You know there's a water shortage in Maui, right? He said, we don't live there. Well, I don't go to Temple, so. You guys are cool. I hate when black parents name their kids after things they'll never have. You know, Mercedes, or Lexus, or Justice. My dad didn't find that joke funny. He's a cop. I'm black and blue without the abuse. It was Law and Order every day in my household. So you have this good cop, black cop dilemma going on. It's hard saying fuck the police when I'm on my dad's insurance until I'm 26. Can't say Blue Lives Matter, but I can say Blue Cross Blue Shield. I don't like the LAPD, but I love that LAHB, if you know what I'm saying. You guys have been dope. Good up for Mark, all the comedians you've seen this evening. I've been Aaron Bell. Follow me at Aaron Bell Comedy on Instagram. Peace.
Aaron Bell. Nice. I want to steal a lot of that humor, but I can't for some reason. Our next performer has been performing around the Philadelphia area for about 44 years, which means he's been performing longer than Aaron's been alive. You may have seen him at the Showboat. You may have seen him at the Keswick. You may have seen him just about anywhere, because once you see him, you never forget him. It's magical. It's funny. It's glorious. It's Jim Daly.
Thank you. Give Mark a big hand. Not that he needs it anymore. I think he's got enough. All right, that's good. Welcome. Nice to be here. It's great to be in front of an audience, a group of people without wearing a red suit. So it's very. So my name is Jim Daly. I am Santa. I used to be a redhead. I had to dye it. I had to bleach my hair, just like you. And I was a natural redhead. I got my red hair from a friend of my father's. So kind of ran in the family, so I was like, get out of here, you know. My father's the weird one in my family. You all have weird ones in your family? Everybody's got a wacko in their family, right? You know, statistically, they say that 1 out of 3 people is mentally touched. I mean, it's true. Think about it. 1 out of 3 people is mentally touched. Therefore, somebody in your family has to be a little wacko, right? So let's do a little survey here. Look to the person on your right. Get a good look at them. You don't have to know them. Just look at them, all right? Now look to the person on your left. Get a good look at them. Do they look okay to you? If they do, you're the one. My dad's a wacko in my family. Goes into public libraries, gets all the books out for the blind, and then flattens out the braille with a hammer. Not a bright guy, just a wacko guy, but a nice guy. He used to help us out with our homework assignments when we were just little kids. I remember this one assignment I had. I was probably first grade, second grade. I don't even remember. But I had this assignment. I had to come back with a definition of 2 words. Everybody in the class got different words. The words I was given was potential and reality. Potential and reality. So I asked my dad to help me out. The first thing he said was, go ask your mother if she would sleep with a total stranger for $2 million. Now that was a weird request, but even then I knew he was a weird guy. So I ran off there, came back, and sure enough, He said she would. He said, now go ask your sister if she would sleep with a total stranger for $2 million. I ran off there, came back. Sure enough, she said she would too. He says, well, here we have it. Potentially, we have $4 million in this house. Reality is, we're living with a couple hookers, but hey. But I'm a magician, ladies and gentlemen. I do tricks for a living. Does anybody else do tricks for a living? Do we have anybody? Not a soul, right? Oh, that's right. It's Havertown. I'm sorry. We're all going to meet at Carlino's later, okay? Let me show you a trick that was taught to me by my uncle. Now, my uncle's a Chinese man. He's a Chinese man. He taught me most of my magic. His name is Fu Ki Yu. He said, if you take a newspaper and you show it to the audience, you can show it to them inside out, upside down, any which way you want, just as long as they see that it's just a newspaper. Then he said, if you take the newspaper and you roll it up, something like this. In fact, he said, roll it up exactly like this. Actually, he was a Chinese man, so he said, ooh, roll it up exactly like this. Then he said, if you take a glass of water, he said, if you pour the water into the newspaper, not only does this newspaper have great articles, this happened to be the City Suburban News. Not only does it tell you all the news you ever want to know, but also can hold water a little bit better than old Jimbo here. Now, equally unimpressive than that, and I can tell you we weren't all that impressed due to the lack of applause, but Uncle Fuchs said, Uncle Fuchs, don't start now. Uncle Fuchs said to really impress him and really get them to applaud, he said, when you pour the water out, it'll turn to wine. Thank you very much. Wow, I know, right? Yeah, there's only one other guy I know who could do that before me. Oh, Christ. I can usually tell how many Jews are in the audience with that one. I was reading in the National Enquirer that red wine will cure herpes. Y'all read that? Honest to God's truth, it was on the front page of the National Enquirer. You know, it's got to be true, right? It's a big headline, red wine will cure herpes. Here, let me give it to this guy right there. There you go, my friend. That's for you, my friend. There you go. He's got a little beard mustache thing happening there, so you know he's trying to hide something, right? See, there's only two kinds of people who have beards and mustaches. Those who want to be cool, and those trying to hide something. And you're not cool, so I figured I'd give that to you. Now, what's your name, sir? Rob, you will be the herpy man for the rest of the show, okay, Rob? So the show continues on, Rob. I'm going to be talking about herpes, then I'm coming to you, Rob, because you do seem to be the expert there, okay? But, Rob, for being the herpy man this evening, I'm going to give you some gifts, okay? You can do what you want with these gifts, Rob. You can take them home, play with them if you got the time. But, Rob, you will be the herpy man, okay? You're a good sport. Let me show you another trick, ladies and gentlemen, that was taught to me by my uncle's brother. Now, my uncle's brother, he was also Chinese, and his name was Hung Lo. Oh, they get worse as we go along, so stick with me now, all right? He's got a half-brother, he's half Chinese and half Polish. His name is You Dumb Fuck. Where's my Polish friends now? Where are they? You got one? Where are you? Got one? Look, we got one. We probably have about a half a dozen. Only one knew the answer to the question. Hung Lo brought out 3 different size ropes. He had a short one. You know what I mean by a short one, right, sir? Yeah, look at her going, yep. But he's got a nice personality, right? He's got a nice personality. He's got no personality at all. Well, you got no dick, no personality. Hope you got money. We have a long one here. There's a macho guy right there in the striped shirt. You know what I mean by a long one, right? So, yes, you know. Look at that. She's got a smile from ear to ear. There's the happiest woman in the room sitting right there. Stand up, show everybody how happy you are. There she is, ladies and gentlemen, the happiest woman in the room. She hasn't gotten much lately, otherwise she'd be pretty sore. All right, now I believe in equal rights. I think everybody should be as equal as anybody else. So what I'm going to do is bring all the ropes up and make them equal. Pretty impressive, don't you think? Ooh. Even more impressive than that is the fact that I can stretch them out and make them all about the same size. Now, equally unimpressive than that is the fact that I still have 1, I still have 2, and I still have 3 different ropes. Even more unimpressive than that, oh, you can feel the energy in this room, is when I roll them up into a ball, again, pull them out one by one, we still have, whoa, the medium one. I'll give this to Herpy Man because I did promise him a little gift there earlier, right? And he still has that big sore on his lip. You still have, whoa, Mr. Macho. Here you go, Mr. Macho. Hold on to that. Now, don't play with it too much. You'll knock these people down like dominoes, all right? And we still have you. But don't make fun of Shorty because, you know, Shorty can be a spunky little fellow. Oh, yes. You play with Shorty enough, he always pops up. Isn't that right, pal? There you go. See the guy with the long one there? He'll teach you how to stretch it, play with it, maybe we'll grow on you. There you go. Thank you. So I'm a married guy. We married people here. You all married? You married? I'm married for 38 years. Married a nice, all in a row too, with the same one. 38 years in a row, one person. That's great. I married a nice Italian girl. I knew she was Italian the minute I met her because her mustache was just a little bit shorter than mine. So. That joke kills an Ardmore, I'm telling you. Could you tell I'm from the area? I actually live right like 2 blocks behind Carlino, so I'm in the area. I grew up in Radnor High School. I went to Radnor High School, and whatever. Went down to Alabama, played football for Alabama. I got a scholarship, and I played football for 3 minutes and 26 seconds. That was my 3 minutes and 26 seconds of fame when they hit me right in the knee and I lost my scholarship. But whatever, whatever. Life goes on and you just enjoy it. Married a nice Italian girl. Her mother was Italian and her father was both Italian. They both came off the boat from Italy. I met her mother. She was making spaghetti, right? I mean, like, I do this because she was actually making spaghetti. I pour it out of the box, put it in the water. She's making spaghetti, right? So that's how we met. So it was kind of fun. I bring up my wife because my wife's birthday is Christmas Day, and I play Santa, right? Which is kind of odd, right? Don't you think? I think it is. But I love birthdays, and the problem is with that when you have a birthday on a holiday, you don't particularly like the Christmas holidays. You don't get gifts. Like you get one gift for birthday and Christmas, right? So my birthday's New Year's Day. So I'm close enough where this is both your presents, right? So I do like birthdays. Anybody having a birthday this month? Do we have birthdays this month? Anybody? Is your birthday? Yeah, good for you. That's nice. I'm not going to ask how old you are. Can I give you a gift? It's one gift for your birthday. No? Is anybody else? Anybody else birthday? I'd rather a girl. Lady? You? All right, well, come on up here. Come here. Yeah, come here. It's your birthday. Yeah, you can't refuse. See, only one can refuse. You see, come here. Yeah, come on up. I'll give you a birthday. Boy, are you going to be pissed? You're not going to get this car. Oh, come on up. Give her a hand. Come on. How are you? Come on up here. You have to come up here. How are you?
Hi.
What's your name?
Julie.
Julie, nice to meet you, Julie. My name's Jim. Okay, here you go. It's Jim. All right, there you go. You can't do that in your act. Okay, here we go. So, Julie, I'm not going to ask your age because that'd be rude, right? Do you feel it's rude? You men still have some chivalry, right? I mean, so I'm not going to ask how old you are because to me, that's still rude, right? Do you think that's still rude? I don't think so. No? Okay, well, how much do you weigh? Yeah, that is it. Stand right here, right on the trap door. There you go. All right, stay right there. Don't move. All right. Is it? Oh, really? Which day? Oh, Flag Day. Our birthday's on Flag Day. Another holiday. Oh my God. What's your favorite color, Julie? Black. Wow. Do you know me?
No.
Have you ever met me before? No. How do you know it's me? You're not going to believe this. Look at this. Your favorite color's black. And look at this. Look, I have an orange one. All right, Julie, I'm going to make you a balloon animal for your birthday, okay? Ready? Here we go. You know what? I used to blow these up, but, as I get older and older, the lungs just don't work as well. So I went to the toy store, and I got one of these. It's an adult toy store. Believe it or not. How the thing came off it, and you said, what? So why are you laughing? You know what this is, don't you? And shorties, yes, that's right. Perfect. All right, Julie, hold on. Here we go. Ready? Oh, that's a scary thing coming at you, isn't it, huh? All right. Are you all right? Oh, wait, relax. It's not gonna pop. Come on, stand right here. Stand right here. There you go. Okay, there you go. Ooh, little gas there. Was that you? No. Figured your birthday and all. Get a hold of what the hell. You let them rip. I'm going to make you a balloon animal for your birthday. Ready? Here we go. It's a snake. It's a snake, Julie. It's a snake. Okay, let me make something different for you. Hold on. It's a worm. I learned in high school that you can cut a worm in half and both sides will still live. Do y'all know that? You can cut a worm in half just like that. Isn't that amazing? I know! Isn't that great? Here, hold on to that. All right, here we go. hit you? Oh, it hit the vent?
Behind the light.
I'm sorry, I can't hear. Okay. What's your favorite color? Black. Oh, that's right. Here we go. Here we go. Look at this. Look at this. We got another orange one. Okay. All right, Julie, I'm actually pretty good at this. I can make balloon animals you're not going to believe. I'm telling you, you're not going to believe it. I can make cartoon characters, fish, mammals, or dinosaurs. What would you like? A mammal. Any particular one? A hippo? You want a hippo? I can make you a hippo. Okay, here we go. Little gas, don't worry. She wants a hippo. Here we go. Hippo. Hippo, hippo. It's a male hippo. Now, it's only one balloon. You got to use your imagination, okay? You got this big, fat, big hippo wandering around the water, and then he sees you, Julie. He's very excited to see you. Hey, give that to the herpy. I told you you're getting some gifts there, buddy. All right, Julie, what's your favorite color? What's that? Orange. Good for you. That's it. How about that, huh? You're so bright, I bet your mom called you son, huh? How about that? That's good for you. I had a great blonde joke for you, too, but that's all right. All right. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to make this, there we go. I'm going to make you a puppy. Okay, can I make you a puppy? Because truly, that's the only thing I know how to make. Other than a hippo dick, but, you know, here's a... All right, so first you start off with the puppy sperm. Then you have to make the snout and the ears. You see, the snout and the ears is what gives the puppy a little character. Okay, is that a little character or what? Okay. Then you have to make the legs for a puppy. You always need legs for a puppy. You know why? If you have a puppy with no legs, you can only call him one name. You know what name that would be? Anybody? Cigarette. See, you can't take him out for a walk. You can only take him out for a drag. Oh, it's such an old joke, but I love it. There you go. Here's your puppy. Isn't he cute? Yeah. Hold on. Let's class this thing. This is Havertown now. Come on. There you go. Now, this puppy can do some tricks. You want to see? Watch this. Sit up. There you go, huh? That's pretty good. Now, how I did that? So I took my finger and stuck it right up his ass. Instead of... You can do it, too. You can. Go ahead. I'm just going to... I'll sit up. All right, let me do it to you. All right. Roll over. That was easy, right? What should we call him? Let's call him, give him a name. Pierre. Let's call him Pierre. You know why I call him Pierre? Because that's all he'll do. That's okay. Hey, you got it as long, like some of the people out there are still trying to get it. So it's okay. All right, here's the easiest one to do. Pierre, play dead. Doggone. No, you're not done. What's your favorite color? We're empty. I just figured that out. No, it's empty. I'm sorry. You know what? We could revive the puppy. Let's revive. You know how you do the revive the puppy? You have to do what's that medical procedure? A couple letters. What is it? CPR. Thank you. And with CPR, you got to give it a little air, right? Then you pound on the chest, right? Then air, pound, blow, pound, blow. What do you prefer? Boom! Oh, look at this. We got a puppy. Oh, whoa. There you go. Whoop. There you go. All right. Happy birthday to you. Take care. Thank you. Hey, thanks, guys. Have a great night. Take care. Thank you very much.
Jim Daly. Wow, so many jokes I shouldn't make right about now. And so I won't. I'm going to keep things moving. Our next performer has played the legendary Apollo Theater in Harlem. 2 nights from now, he's on stage in Philly at the Met. This is true. And this fall, he'll be in a major motion picture coming out on Netflix called Shaw. I can't believe he's here. You better give him a really good round of applause. Kobe Jack, everybody.
Hey. Got any more puppies? Shit. Gosh, Lee. You make child support disappear? No? All right, fuck it. Damn. How y'all doing? Y'all good? Y'all all right? Looking good? Beautiful woman, make some noise. Sir, why you clap? You okay back there? I said, beautiful woman. He started clapping. Insecure. Oh, my goodness. Anybody here had kids after 2005? 2005? Fuck y'all and them kids. I tell you, fuck them. I only say that because I'm jealous of them. You understand what I'm saying? I'm an 80s baby, grew up in the 90s. These weak-ass kids today get everything. They get everything. You understand what I'm saying? In 1996, it was 96 inches of snow on the ground. We still went the fuck to school. We went through that struggle. What did we have on? I had on my snowsuit. My sneaker was inside my boots. 2 gloves inside my mittens. 14 scarves. A bottle of Robitussin in my left pocket. Some Vicks 44 rubbed right here on my chest and in my nose. Shit. These kids today get school closed just because of a possibility of storm coming. Get the fuck out of here. A possibility? A possibility? We went to school through a fucking tornado. Do you understand what I'm saying? Weak ass kids. I hate them. Shit. Kids get to do school on a fucking laptop. That is pussy shit. To stay home and do school on a laptop. Get the hell out of here. It's so fucking weak to me. What, on a laptop? We didn't have a laptop when we was growing up. The closest thing to a laptop growing up was what, Craig? A fucking Etch-a-Sketch. Come on, Craig. We shook it up. That's all we had. We shook it up and we drew you. Stay still. You got a square nose, square eyes, and square lips. I was drawing my aunt. She was a stud. Stay still, Uncle Stephanie. Y'all know her? Dumb-ass kids get to do everything on virtual, man. My dumb-ass son got suspended on virtual. How you get suspended, bitch? What was you doing? How you get suspended on virtual? During the pandemic? Are you stupid? I hate it. These kids they're just so damn weak today. All right, we're going to address the elephant in the room. I am not Jake from State Farm. That is not me. Fuck y'all. Stop it. Shut up. That is not me. People is pointing. Oh, I know you. No, the hell you don't. Shut up. Tired of going around talking about something like a good neighbor. State Farm. Fuck it. Look, nothing like that guy. I'm famous for it. I was like, shit, I'm the brokest Jake from State Farm without a... Shit. You ever just you look like somebody, but you're not him, and everybody point at you. My dumb ass got to hop on the train. He's in the Lamborghini. Shit, man, this is crazy. Shit. Life is too short, though. I can honestly say that. Life is definitely too short, man. You understand what I'm saying? 2020 has been the worst year of our fucking lives. Worst year of our lives. I went to more funerals in 2020 alone than I did my whole entire life. But to sit here in front of y'all and still just come out, have a great time, and still laughing is amazing. But I figured out what it is to have longevity. Thank you. Craig, you're the greatest. All right, you start off the clap, everybody follows. All right. But I figured out what it is to have a long time and to have longevity. You understand what I'm saying? And there's 2 things in the world that's going to make you live a long time. It's 2 things. The first thing is pork bacon. Yeah. Pork fucking bacon. I don't know what it is about that pork and that crunch, but pork bacon saves every fucking thing that makes everything better. You understand what I'm saying? These new people today talking about something, I don't eat pork. Pork could kill you. Are you crazy? That's why your son got the gout at the age 10. Trying to play basketball, hopping around, talking about some daddy, my foot hurt when I go outside and play. Rub some bacon on his fucking foot. You know the second thing that make you live a long time? Smoking weed. Craig got it all. Craig's high right now. I knew it. Smoking weed. Oh my goodness. You never hear anybody die or get sick from smoking weed. It's been saving everybody fucking lives. Do you understand what I'm saying? My grandma started smoking weed 40 years ago when she was 100. This must be a GED crowd. Damn. Shit, my grandma had everything wrong with her. My grandma was blind, she started to hear again. Grandma was deaf, she started to see again. Grandma had epilepsy, type 12 diabetes, tuberculosis, schizophrenia. Grandma had syphilis. Grandma had cancer, she beat 14 times. They done cut my fucking grandma ankle off. Grandma started smoking weed, grandma ankle grew the fuck back. Thank y'all, my name's Kobe Jack. Y'all been a great crowd.
Kobe Jack. Man, that's nice. Nice. Next up on this here before we bring our next person up, I'm going to say hello to everybody watching us online. Hey, streaming folks, let's say hello. 1, 2, 3. That was for you guys. So since we called you out by name, if you're watching at home, please make a donation and help us out here at the Kelly Center. Okay, that's all. That's done. Our next performer has never been on this stage, but his wife was a headliner here back in February. Catherine Williams, if anybody was here. He runs a show every week in Northern Liberties. Urban Village, I think it's called. He'll correct me because everybody does. So we have 2 comedians who live in the same house. How is this not a sitcom? Let's hear the man's side of the story. Steve Leventhal, get up and tell us some tales.
Thank you. Hi, everyone. Hello. It's me, Steve Leventhal, guys. Comic number 8. I'm here, everyone. I was hoping Mark Lipsky screwed up my name and called me Sharon Sites. That's what I was really hoping, everyone. Yeah, that's my credit, guys. My wife's a comic, too. That's the best credit I have, everyone. If I had something better, I'd tell you. I wouldn't lie to you, all right? I am married, guys. I've been married for a while. My wife's name is Catherine, and Catherine and I were good friends before we were in a relationship, before we were married. And you guys know when you're good friends with someone, you say things different to them than if you're in a relationship with them, right? So when Catherine and I were friends, I say something like, "Hey, Catherine, you know your friend Jenny? I'd really like to have sex with her sometime." And now that Catherine and I are friends, or married, now that we're married, I say things like, "I noticed that you're not friends with Jenny anymore." It's really different, everyone. It really is. It really is. Oh, man. I'm sorry I look like Cory Booker and Joe Rogan, everyone. This is just my face, okay? This is what I'm working with. Oh, man, I'm trying to be the best husband I could be. I recently had a suggestion box installed in our home in Center City, Philadelphia. And the first piece of paper I took out was from my wife, and it said, "Steve, please stop referring to my vagina as the suggestion box." Yeah. Big hetero thing that guys do is they ask the big question. When I was younger, the guys would be like, "Yo, what are you into, Steve? Are you a boob guy or are you an ass man, you know? Like, for example, sir, what's your thing? What are you? Are you a boob guy? You're an ass man? What do you like? Whatever. Okay, somebody else. Craig over there, what are you into? What's your thing? What's boob guy? Boob guy? Ass man? All right, it's getting rowdy up here. There's boobs and asses shouted out." And I'll tell you what, guys, in my 20s, I was a big boob guy. I love the boob. And then in my 30s, I turned into a major ass man. I love the ass, the behind, the tuchus, everything about it. But now that I'm a married man in my 40s with a 5-year-old kid, I love hamburgers, guys. Oh, I love those things, man. Yeah, whew. I do have a 5-year-old kid, and you guys know when you're around kids, you got to be careful what you say, right? Because kids remember everything. I came up with this strategy where if we want to say something inappropriate, we just spell the word out, right? So my brother was over last week, and we're just messing around. We're watching The Little Mermaid with my daughter, and my brother's like, "Whoa, Steve, I never realized how big Ariel the Little Mermaid's BOOBS's were." And I'm like, "You're so right, man. Ariel the Little Mermaid looks like a DIRTY whore." Oh, wasn't so good at that game, everyone. Oh, man. Then we were watching that movie, Stuart Little. Anyone ever see the kids' movie, Stuart Little? Yeah, it's a kids' movie. It was written by Philadelphia's own M. Night Shyamalan. Yeah, true story. The whole time I was watching, I was thinking, maybe the mouse has been dead this whole time. Maybe. Oh, man, I've been in a lot of different types of relationships in my life. I used to go out with this one girl, and she said this to me. She said, "Steve Leventhal, you're not a real man." So I sent her my bar mitzvah video. Proofs in the Torah, right, guys? Where are my Jewish people at, right? Right? All right, there you are. All right. Yeah, then I went out with this crazy girl one time. This girl used to freak out at me for everything I did. She freaked out at me once because she found a long hair in my shower. And it was like the maids that comes and cleans the house like once a month. Not a big deal. It was like 10 years ago. And she said this. She goes, What are you, some sort of scumbag, Steve? Would you just go to some random bar, pick up some random girl, and then bring her home and have sex with her? And I said, it's really not that easy. Be great if it was, though, huh, guys? Man, wow, unreal. Oh man, going back to my daughter, she came home from school the other day and she said this. She said, "Daddy, do you want to play Truth or Dare?" And I was like, "Hell yeah, let's do both of them. I dare you to eat a carrot." And Truth, have you ever had any racist thoughts? I took a chance with that joke, guys. I've never done that before. I have such mixed feelings towards stand-up comedy. Like some days I'm like, you should quit. Other days I'm like, you should give up. It's really all over the place. Thanks for being honest about that joke, guys. Thank you. I'm not done yet. I'm going to finish off strong. I'm not going to end on that, guys, all right? I can't. It would kill me. Oh, my parents, Carol and Jeff, called me the other day. Carol and Jeff, and they said, "Oh, Steve, you're not going to believe this. Your father and I just splurged and had chocolate frozen yogurts." And I said, "Oh, Mom, you've never tried cocaine." I was in Florida not too long ago, guys, and went to this guy's house, and he has to go in his basement. He said, "Hey, check this out, guys. You see this pool table over there? See that pool table? There's only 2 people in the country that have a pool table like this. Me and Missy Elliott." Do you guys think that when Missy Elliott ever entertains, she's ever like, "There's only 2 people in the country that have a pool table like this. Me and Kevin from Tampa." Thanks a lot, guys. I'm Steve Leventhal.
Steve Leventhal. Yeah. Thank you. Our next performer is a headliner, and he's actually coming here tonight to work on some new material for an upcoming TV special. Isn't that nice? He's recently divorced. He's newly available, so please, orderly lines at the end of the show. No pushing, no shoving. Single ladies and everybody else, Glenn Freezman.
All right, so he is telling the truth on that. After 35 years of marriage, my wife finally pops the question. She asked me for a divorce. She got down on one knee and everything. It's the first time she did that in 35 years. She gave me the ring back and everything. I couldn't believe it. That was really nice. She gave me the ring back. I took it back to the pawn shop. Guy says to me, "This ring's not even real." I said, "Well, neither was the marriage." Aw. I said, "No kidding, it's not real. I was a poor slob that bought it from you in the first place." You know, when you get divorced after 35 years, you just don't lose a wife. I mean, you lose your friends and your furniture and your pets. I still have no idea where I left the good scissors. I tell you, man, it is weird to be in a house without somebody like on top of me the entire time. I mean, I have to stop 3 or 4 times a day, look at me, and just yell at myself for absolutely nothing. I mean, I miss the comfort of constant criticism. But it's nice to know that everything I did could annoy somebody and be wrong in some way. I mean, the way I breathed annoyed her. The fact that I am still breathing annoys her. The way that I chewed my food and swallowed annoyed her. The fact that she didn't swallow at all annoyed me. It's hard, it's weird, I'm telling you, it's so weird to be like without somebody, like I said, like constantly pointing out every one of your faults. I went on a first date with a woman. I said to her, "Can you name several things, you know, that kind of let you down on?" She said, "Well, give me some time." If I knew the joke, you know, if I had the right wording on that, that'd... You come back tomorrow night, that's a hell of a goddamn, I'm just letting you know. I'm kind of upset I blew it, you know? And now today, the young women, they don't even look at me like I'm a sex object anymore. They look at me like I'm some old guy who might just have jumper cables. I mean, where's a nice young woman with daddy issues when you need one? You know what I'm saying? You know what the best part of getting married when you're young? You have absolutely no idea how awful it is going to end up. I mean, when I started dating 40 years ago, 45 years ago, I mean, we didn't have the internet, right? We met women, right, at bars and at school and at, work. Now everybody's meeting the girls and guys on the internet. And half the time, you're not even talking to a girl. It's some dude in Nigeria. Hey, what's your favorite color? What's your favorite food? What's your social security number? And now Ghana's involved. Ghana, the people from Ghana are getting involved. And that makes total sense. Because if you give them your credit card number at nighttime, in the morning, you ain't gonna have any more money. All your money be Ghana. I'm thinking if I get married again, in another 35 years, and then she divorces me, I'll be 95, setting up my Tinder account. Right? Hobbies include sitting in a chair and falling asleep, drooling and passing wind, short walks to the bathroom, looking for a woman with same interests, must be a non-smoker. In my head, that non-smoker tag was really, you come back tomorrow night. I'm telling you, that's a funny joke again. I remember, when I first started dating, right? We had two genders. Today, 62 genders. I mean, you talk about inflation. Crazy stuff, and with the gender, the hardest part about with the whole gender thing is remembering what the hell I wanted to say about the whole gender thing. If there are 62 genders, why are there not 62 bathrooms? Right? There's only 2 bathrooms, right? Could you imagine if a restaurant would have to have 62 bathrooms? People would just be walking around trying to figure out what the hell bathroom they're supposed to even go in. Everybody would just be peeing in their pants. The best item on the whole restaurant menu would be Depends. I mean, when I was in school, back in high school, in biology class, they told me if I wanted to make a frog, I needed a boy frog and a girl frog. Nobody mentioned anything about 60 other frogs that picked their sexuality and identified their sexuality on a continuum. One putz knows what continuum means. The rest of you are going, Google, continuum, no idea. I got an Italian buddy of mine. His pronouns are these, those, and them. I went on a job interview. They asked me what my pronouns were. I said single, horny, and alone. I'm still waiting for them to call me back. I dated a girl. I met her on the internet. Her pronouns were thy, thee, and them. Turns out she was Amish. You think dial-up is slow. You try horse-drawn Wi-Fi. But being from Philly, people ask me, what are your pronouns? Use and use. At work, I call everybody an asshole. My boss says, why would you call everybody an asshole? I said, it's gender neutral. And today, you can't even, I gotta try to go on a date. I didn't realize, you gotta ask some woman permission in order to kiss her. And the paperwork could take weeks. I was calling the main office. What do you mean you don't have my DNA sample yet? I sent it 2 weeks ago. The problem with my marriage, honestly, was I grew up listening to and believing Borscht Belt comics. Right? Guys like Jackie Mason and Henny Youngman and Milton Berle. Right? And they always said that Jewish husbands were depressed, dejected, and downhearted. That's not always 100% true. I mean, sometimes we're sleeping. They always said that the Jewish wives were joyless and another J word. I'm thinking to myself, that is not entirely true. Sometimes they're sleeping. Joyless and judgmental. I'm doing that one again because that's a hell of a joke. They say that Jewish women are joyless and judgmental, and that's not always true. Sometimes they're asleep. That's right. That's right. I mean, who makes up these cockamamie stories, right? Complete mishigas, I'm telling you right now. So I became a grandfather. You imagine this? I became a grandfather. I couldn't believe it. 2 times, gorgeous little boys, right? But the crazy part about it is that when I was young, a grandfather was some old guy in a jogging suit with 2 tissues. Now I realize I'm an old guy in a jogging suit, but now with inflation, I got, 62 tissues. Hey, is it just me, or do the women in these adult diaper commercials starting to look pretty good? I mean, that's a good-looking lady. Who cares if she's incontinent? Yeah, but life is funny, right? Life is funny. I mean, here I am with these 2 gorgeous little grandkids, but in my mind, I am still 33 years old. But as we say today, right, I identify with being 33, but my bladder identifies with being 107. Look, I'm a 59-year-old guy, and I pee a lot. Look, everybody needs a hobby. I mean, I'm peeing slightly right this very moment. So you know what? I don't go on J-Date or Tinder or Out of the Box or Fish Out of the Sea or whatever the hell they're called. This is where I meet women, right here. Because when you're up here, right, most of the time, by the time I get to meet them, they're already drunk. What's great about meeting women from up here is I get to see what they actually look like. That's some Photoshop picture from the turn of the century. You just gotta get it. Listen to him. It'll come, it'll come, it'll come. Are you used to hearing that? It'll come, it'll come, it'll come. Just give it a minute. I'll be there. I'm coming. I'm coming. Yeah, so I will tell you this, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to leave you with this, okay? And I mean this from the bottom of my heart, okay? That there are only one sound in all the world, in all 7 continents, and the 62 identified genders that is the same, and that is the sound of laughter. That is the only thing that binds us together as human beings today. Ladies and gentlemen, don't ever, ever lose the ability to laugh. Not at all.
A lot of laughter there, Glenn. You made it work. And we have all countries represented online watching, so you nailed it for everybody. 3 acts left, everybody, including our headliner, who is going to give you a crazy spin on everything you've been seeing tonight. But first, Steffi Kaye is a nurse. So when she kills on stage, she can do CPR. It works out really, really, really well. She's been on stage at Helium. In fact, she'll be back there next Wednesday performing in the Philly's Funniest contest. Wednesday is her night. Tonight, we're going to warm her up, so let's start with a good round of applause for Steffi Kaye.
I was at Helium for my stand-up class, not for a headliner, just so you guys know. And I just found out last night that they were going to video stream this, so I'm hoping the camera guy has on his skinny filter. My second thought was, I was like, oh my God, I don't want to fall in front of everybody because I have a short dress on. You see a bunch of 50-year-old ass all over the place, and that wouldn't be good for anybody. You guys are probably wondering why I look like a fucking hooker from the 70s. Yeah, there's too many people that laughed at that. You guys really thought that? But I'm not. I was only 2 in the 70s. That was my 90s thing. I was in the military. They didn't pay us well. And my younger self thought, gee, what can I do that I'm good at? And the only thing my mind came up with was blowjobs, balls, and anal. Look, I wasn't smart back in the day, obviously. The phrase young, dumb, and full of a lot of rum was probably the theme of my life in my mid-20s. But I grew up. I'm a nurse now. And this dress actually has a purpose. It's not just, I'm really not a hooker from the 70s. I call it my interracial dating awareness dress. I wear it to bring awareness to the struggles of the interracial couples that the boring monoracial couples know nothing about. This is my black and white one, self-explanatory. I have a brown and white one for my Native American Latino couples. Then I have a red and white one. It's in my closet, it's beautiful, but I can't find a fucking redneck I want to go out with. And I've looked. But, and he's married over there. Santa's married, so I don't think he'd, But I just ended an interracial relationship. He was a man of the Asian persuasion. You guys are like, Asian? We thought they didn't like thicker chicks. We thought they liked chicks that ate chicken and rice, not had McDonald's as a mainstay in their weekly diet plan. But he was not your normal Asian. His parents moved here from China before he was born. And I'm not exactly sure of the journey that they took to get, but they decided to settle in Newark, New Jersey. And I'm not sure the journey, but I think it went drastically wrong. I think they either took a very wrong turn. They asked for directions to New York. The person they asked heard Newark because their English sucked. Or they were like randomly, aimlessly driving down a road. They were lost, as the Asians normally do. They ran down a road full of stray cats and dogs and were like, hey, this seems like a good place to open up a restaurant. They did. It's fantastic. There's no problem with stray cats and dogs anymore. So then, I'm not racist, that's just a stereotype. Then they decided to have a family. They had a son. And because they wanted to blend in better with the surroundings in Newark, they named their first child, first male Asian child, they named him Tyrone Lee. They thought that would help him blend in better. If you could imagine a little Asian Tyrone running around the Newark hood, it must have been awesome. He said it was pretty good. He said, I was raised, I was confused, I was happy. He's like, one day I'd be eating fried rice, one day I'd be eating fried chicken. He's like, I didn't know if I liked flat asses or fat asses, but, I think we know where he went with that. But the parents did a really good job raising him. They managed to merge two cultures in one. He's got the inner city style, swag, and slang of Tyrone. Plus, he's good at math. But Mother Nature's like, Tyrone, you're still Asian. So instead of being hung like Tyrone, he was hung like a fucking Lee. Shit. Normally that kills a lot better in other places, but hey, thank you. I'm Steffi. Thanks for having me.
Steffi Kaye. Jay Yoder attended the American Comedy Institute. Yeah, you can study this shit and actually get good at it. In March, he won the Explore Delaware March Laughness competition. You have no idea how hard it was to remember the 4 words, Explore Delaware March Laughness. 3 months later, here he is, aged, fermented, and ready with some laughs for thee. Let's give it up, Havertown, for Jay Yoder.
All right, you got some energy left in you. What am I, comic 75 tonight? Holy hell. Well, I'm Jay. My pronouns, he, him. Craig, I saw you looking at my luscious rack, sir. Eyes up here. Now, clap it up if you live near here. Anybody live near here? Can walk here? My first time in Havertown, I'm going to tell you what, but you guys are the sweetest. I stopped at the 7-Eleven, and this guy rolled down his window, and he's like, "You look like the kind of guy that keeps cold cuts in his car." I think it was a compliment. I'm likable, I'm lovable, shit, I'm lunchable. Guys, look at us enjoying life like it's 2019. Hell yeah. I did put on a little bit of the COVID weight. I decided to keep it on as a souvenir. Never forget. Yeah. Yeah, it's tough, you know, but you guys, we're never gonna forget. Right? You guys remember? I remember Lysoling a box of Fruity Pebbles. You know, we're not gonna forget this stuff at all. No, it's tough. I do know, though, you know, I gotta do something because during the pandemic, it was tough for all of us, right? You know, we wouldn't even go to the store. Thank God for DoorDash. In my house, those were the first responders. Everybody's out here banging pots and pans for nurses at 9 o'clock. I'm out in my driveway at 6 looking for Bryce in a white Honda Civic. But I know, you know, I got to do better. I got kids, you know, so I'm thinking about, like, what's the right gym for me? You know, Craig, do you work out?
I do.
Where do you go?
My living room.
Your living room? So, like, you're a Peloton warrior, right? Yeah, I love it. I was trying to weigh all my options, and then I weighed myself. And I settled on Planet Fitness. You guys know about this place? Planet Fitness. I think it's the right gym for me, and not because of, like, you know, that it's cheap, right? Or that it's the judgment-free zone, right? No commitment. I'm a guy that struggles with commitment, guys, all right? I mean, when that fridge is closed, you're looking at Tony Robbins. Minute it opens, I'm Baskin Robbins, so love all 31 flavors. And that little pink spoon. Sir, did you know that you can eat that little pink spoon? I mean, you shouldn't under any circumstances, but it's possible. No, but I think Planet Fitness is definitely the place for me. I don't know. I mean, you guys know before the pandemic, they actually were giving out, like, pizza parties. They had, like, monthly pizza parties. Every second Tuesday was Bagel Tuesday. Guys, this place is amazing. I went in, there was a girl behind the counter named Marissa with these cute little space buns. And she's like, "Sir, if you take the tour, we give away free Chick-fil-A." I took several tours that day, guys. Actually, I think they're called circuits or supersets. Now that I'm a big gym rat, I'm trying to learn the lingo, so. No, but I think it's the place for me, you know? I mean, it's just, you can't go wrong there. You know, I've been going to the gym 3-4 times a week now because they have daily specials. They have daily specials. Feel the burn on Hot Wing Wednesday. You want to get jacked and shredded? Come on by for 3 Cheese Thursday. Don't skip the weekends. They have saturated fatter days. I'm telling you guys, I've been a gym rat now. I'm going 5 times a week, and I've lost the ability to regulate my body's insulin. Oh, you thought I was counting? No, I just keep losing feeling in my right hand. Went to the doc. He's like, "Jay, you gotta stop going to the gym." He's like, "Doc, I found a gym that gets me. I used to skip leg day." Not at Planet Fitness. They have turkey leg day. It's like medieval times in there. And I do all the right things, like cool down, you know? That's when I blow on the pizza on my way back to the car. It comes out piping hot, you know? Yeah, I asked for a spotter. A guy threw me a Tide stick. It's the only spotter you're gonna need at Planet Fitness, yeah. I mean, they have stuff like, I mean, you know, I've never seen one person get a pulled muscle there. But have you had their pulled pork? Oh, to die for. It's literally next to the AED machine. Yeah. Now, all of these other gyms are courting me too. And LA Fitness was one that courted me recently, but down by King of Prussia at my club, there was a shooting. You know what they say, guys. You can take the club out of LA. Guys, what I'm saying is they're taking the LA part of their name way too seriously. I was like, drive-by? Come on by to Planet Fitness. We have a drive-through. Shit, they're on Uber Eats. Well, I've been Jay Yoder. You guys have been amazing. Have a great night.
Jay Yoder! Jay Yoder! Jay Yoder! Just want to hear a little singing, but it's too late for that. Our final performer of the evening, our headliner, is an award-winning writer. He's written for ABC, HBO, The Tonight Show. If you leave now, you're going to be really sorry you missed him. Let's all turn around and look at the people who are leaving. Because what he does, it's one of a kind. It's amazing, and you're just going to love it. Buckle up. Give it up for Steve Young.
I'm a little pooped. I just came in on the red eye out of Bryn Mawr, and it wasn't nonstop. We had a 3-hour layover at the Lanyard Diner. But when I say I'm pooped, I don't mean, what it sounds like. What I did was I shit my pants on the plane, but then I didn't have to worry about anybody sitting next to me. So anyway, I'm really thrilled to be here. Really, you have no idea, because there's no way they were going to keep me at that rehab. So I had planned to do a lot of material. I was writing all day, and I thought I had the perfect set for you guys. And then I watched all the comedians that were on tonight, and their stuff was way better than mine. And I don't want to waste your time and my time doing my crap. So instead, what I'm going to do is theirs again. So, because you guys were laughing a lot of the time. So I think I should do that. Okay, here we go. All right. Welcome to the Kelly Center. See? Told you, it works like that. Come on, that wasn't enough. Come on, welcome to the Kelly Center. That's better. I'm Tom, and anyone here for the first time? And okay, keep them up. Keep your hands up. 1. I said I would count them for him, but okay. So we have bathrooms back there for sex. Unisex. And you could have sex there. So Joel is our photographer. So if you want a snatch photo, snap photo, he can do it. So Mark Lipsky, who has always been a sellout. Sold out here. His mother, get this, his mother is dead. And yet Mark still calls her a liar. It's a shanda, Really, I have no idea what that means, but there was a rabbi in the road there who told me I should say it, and I should work. It's in the Torah. Yeah. So Mark does a lot of masturbation, and while he's watching TV too close, and later in his life, he was the guy who said that Sherry was hot, because he was blind, Sorry, Sherry, like that. So, hey, I know a lot of people here. Wait a minute. No, I don't. I hardly know anybody who's over here. So, anyway, a hand for my son and daughter. Emily and Andrew. Get this. Andrew used to be 3. Yeah, I'm telling you, Emily, no, she just passed that. She went 2 to 4. 2 to 4. Like that. Okay. All right, so I remember, I don't know if you do, but I hope so, because that, you're relating to what I say will make it funnier. So I remember Mr. Brady on the Brady Bunch saying that he would picture people in his underwear, and not in his underwear, because that would be very uncomfortable with both of them in his underwear. And then really, when you found out about Mr. Brady, you realized that the only person he was picturing in their underwear was Greg. Because of that thing. I mean, really, it's Gay Pride Month, so I have to have one joke that's about pride. I mean, I'm not gay that I know of, although I am married to a man, and not for gay. I just need somebody to pick up the car when we're leaving a restaurant and pay the check. And then I don't have to worry about that sex thing because we're married. Okay. All right. So, and he actually wasn't interested in me because of my V penis. So anyone here from Cherry Hill who's an insurance man, sells auto products. I said, who has ever used the term auto products other than Craig from Cherry Hill? So ever since I got here in Havertown, I have been tested positive for chlamydia. I don't know what you guys are exuding there, but I guess I shouldn't be close. Now I have my own business. I'm selling signs, mostly Aquarius. So I broke up with my girlfriend 7 times. I asked her to hold my driver's license, and she didn't have a wallet, so I wasn't able to find it. So anyway, when we broke up, she had my penis scooped out of her uterus. She had that, whatever that disease is, I can't even pronounce that thing, but she was adorable, isn't she? She's adorable, Jillian. All right. You are really the whitest audience I have ever seen. But I feel like a white Skittle, I tell you. Thank you. That really, actually, this is the truth. I've never done Viagra with Aaron. I mean, I have a ruler, but Aaron brought a yardstick, and that whole story, and it's a myth, you know. But a lot of people say that I'm not black enough, and there's a really good reason for that because my mother was white, and my father was white. But the black girls really like me because you know what they say, once you go Steve, you can never leave. And there's a good reason because after I fuck them, I lock them in the basement. Really. And really, I should feed them. It's been a few weeks. So anyway, okay, you guys like magic? Like magic? Okay. So Jim took my fucking tricks. Okay. All right. So what I need a volunteer. Is there somebody with a birthday named Julie? Anybody with a birthday named Julie? Where's Julie? Get up here, Julie. Get up here. Now. Okay. All right, so instead it'll have to be, what's your name? Carrie? Okay. Where are you from, Carrie? Sorry? No, I heard that. I just sorry that you're from Philadelphia. That's an old joke. So come on up here. Oh my God, you're so tall. Okay, all right. So, all right. So, do we know each other?
No.
All right. So we've never met, right? We've never met. All right. So, what I'd like you to do now is take a look at what's in my hand. Take a look. Oh, wait a second. What's in there? Okay, it's your birthday, huh, Julie?
Yeah.
Okay, Julie. Oh, it must be from Havertown. Look at that like that. Okay, you got that? All right, so now, Julie, it's your birthday. So we're celebrating your birthday. Having a good birthday?
Great birthday.
So how much do you weigh? Oh. Okay, so Julie, I don't know if you know this, but my wife's Italian, and I play Santa Claus many times, even though I am Jewish. Okay, that was great, Julie. All right, have a nice hand. You know, I normally don't do that trick in public, but when I saw Julie, I just had to do this. Is just pussy shit. I'll tell you, I don't even know what that means, but I want to talk about the elephant in the room. The elephant in the room. I am not Flo from Progressive. I want you to know that. Because I'm much thinner than Flo, but I am the general. You know, I used to be a boob guy. A boob. Then that was in my 20s, and then in my 30s, I was a big ass guy. Love the big ass. The bigger the ass, the better. And now that I'm in my 40s, I'm a liar. Obviously. I mean, take a look. Okay. So I just started dating a woman who just got divorced after 35 years. From a single, horny, alone guy. I mean, that is sad. I don't remember what that joke was. Judgmental? I don't know. It's something like that, but really, come back tomorrow night. Really. I won't be here, but come back. What I need, I'll tell you what I need. I need a girl with granddaddy issues. Yeah, like that, okay. But seriously, folks, seriously, I mean, we've had good fun here tonight. But remember this is really important, that the only thing that binds us is laughter and bananas. So I know I look like a hooker from the 70s. I mean a hooker, and I'm in my 70s. So I don't know if you can tell, but I put on a little bit of that COVID weight. Actually, a lot. I got so big that I had to lay down on my bed to put on a muumuu. And I only did that just to give you a muumuu reference. I mean, how many times you can do that? Okay. Oh, man, they didn't give me any more material. Yeah, Mark, any more comedians? You can just slip in? Anyway, I just want to, it's great to be here at my favorite club. The Kelly Center, Havertown. It's great. I mean, I love Havertown. Whenever I come here, the first thing I think is why. And but then I realize that, you get booked at the Kelly Center. Your career is gold from that point on. Havertown, a great place. It's the people think New York or LA is the epicenter of comedy, but those in the business know it's Havertown. And Havertown, gateway to Hollywood. By the way, the Indian, it's really a great place to live if you never want to do anything. And the Indian word for Havertown is. When you come into town, I check their website. Check their website for they have the top 10 things to do while you're in Havertown, and there were only 3 things on the list. And 2 of them were Wawas. Yeah, but they were really good Wawas. Okay, I'm just trying this out for the first time because you guys you like mime? No, either do I. But I have one I want to do. This is a mime in an extremely large box. A mime in an extremely large box. Okay. Thank you. Thank you very much. I've been working on that for years. Now what I'd like to do is a little bit, the thing I've been working on is called palm reading from a distance. Palm reading from a distance. Could I have a volunteer from the back of the room by the window there? Could you please hold up your hand? Your hand at the window, sir. No, the person next to you. Person next to you. No, the other hand. The other hand. I'm sorry, I can't see it from here, but thank you. I'm gonna work on that for a little bit. By the way, I got my first tattoo. I don't know if you can see it. I really don't. I don't want to show it now. I got a tattoo on my penis of a much larger penis, and it's black and uncircumcised. So I didn't even know what that is. Okay. Okay, here's a very complex math joke. How many Corvettes does it take? Do you have to buy before you realize you're a piece of shit? Really. Okay, that's a joke from Milan. For any of you that are, over 90. So anyway, how about those dick pics, girls? You like them? Getting the dick pics? Yeah, they're great. I've been getting a lot lately, and I'll tell you, back when the kids today, they think they're so hot, the dick pics. And when I was younger, we had dick pics too, but it was before cameras, way before cameras. So we had to draw our dick pics, and I'm Jewish, so I would do it on a Post-it note. The black guys use a poster board. There. All right, tonight I'm going to talk about contradiction, but not this evening. Here, yeah, that was a smart joke. Here's a smarter one. I remember my first menage a trois. The other two people didn't show up, but I had a great time. See, there's math and French, in the same joke. So, okay. So, by the way, this is a tip for guys that are a little older. What's going to happen, if it hasn't happened already, you notice when you're younger, your balls are in a nice tight grouping, in the groinal area. And as you get older, they tend to drop, so that sometimes when you're in the bathroom, they will drop into the water in the toilet. And it can happen while you're standing there, which that's a long drop. So what I do, they have this surgery, this ball tightening surgery, which is very expensive. So what I have done, and you can use this if you want. I have a slinky, and what I do is I attach it to my balls, and when it falls in the water, it comes right back up again. And then I take my balls and watch them go down the steps. It's just a fun thing to do. So I'm celibate. I'm sorry, I mean married, and so I was out with my wife, and she had a little bit too much to drink, and she I don't know if this has ever happened. You ever do this? But she was drinking. She all of a sudden said, "Well, honey, if I said it was okay, who would you like to have sex with?" And I said, "Why would I want to have sex with somebody other than the person that I've been having sex with for the last 27 years?" And she said, "No, it's okay. It's okay. You can, it's okay. I'm saying it is." I said, "I don't know, Beyonce?" And she said, "No, it's got to be somebody you could really have it with." And I said, "I don't know, your sister?" And that was the wrong answer. So I said, no, I mean your younger, prettier sister. And that didn't work. So now we are, we're no longer together. She goes out with other men, and I have a blow-up doll. And I didn't spend too much. I got it used on Craigslist, and I cleaned it up real good. Especially got that stain out of it. That just kept. I couldn't get it up. And you got to be careful with the blow-up dolls. So anyway, the blow-up doll's name was Dominique. Well, it was Dominique. It was originally Denise, and I changed it to Dominique. And you'll find most women do not like when you change their names during sex. It's just the way it is. And so anyway, tonight. Okay, I'm sorry. What's your name? Michelle. Hi, Michelle. And where are you from?
Norbert.
Sorry? I'm sorry, what was your name?
Michelle.
Michelle. Okay, that was another girl just before, just had the same name. Oh, it was you. So, okay, so tonight instead of Dominique, my blow-up doll's name will be Michelle. Okay, wait. You don't do that right away. You got to test it out. So let me test it out. Michelle. Yeah, that'll work out. That'll be good. That'll work out fine. Anyway, the other night I'm banging Michelle. I mean, I'm hitting her really, really good, and I could tell that she likes it because she kept going. And then it hit me. I'm not wearing a condom. And no, really, because if you sleep with one blow-up doll, you're sleeping with every blow-up doll, that blow-up doll I ever slept with, and so. In fact, I don't mind it. I like condoms. One against disease, I get one against pregnancy, one for color, another one for texture. I wear 4 of these at the same time. I don't wear them for protection. I wear them for bulk. You know, I understand you like that. Okay, before I go, because actually I got the red light. I really thought it was just a hooker waiting for me out there. That light is so bright. I wrote this book. It's called Great Failures of the Extremely Successful. I really did it. It's Mistakes, Adversity, Failure, and Other Stepping Stones to Success. And this is a book where I interviewed a lot of high-profile, highly successful people about the traumas, the obstacles they went through to get to where they were at, where they ended up. And all of them said pretty much the same thing, that although they wouldn't have asked for these problems as they came up, it ended up making them better for it. I interviewed people, Jane Goodall, Erin Brockovich, Betty White, Teddy Pendergrass, I don't know if I said Erin Brockovich, did I say her? Johnny Unitas. I interviewed a lot of people, and there were some great stories out of them, but there was one thing in particular that really got to me, and I'd like to, if you wouldn't mind, I don't want to read the story, I just want to read one paragraph because it is important. Wow, that is an important message. And listen, before I go, I honestly want to thank all of the comedians that came up before me, because without them, I wouldn't have been able to do what I did tonight. So, another hand for all the men and women who came up here. And before I go, you can't do this alone. I want to thank the guys in the band, but it is time for me to get off. And when I say get off, what I mean is it's time for me to go and masturbate. So good night.
That was good. I didn't have to shake his hand coming on or getting off, so that worked out really well. You guys paid $15 a ticket, and you got like $16 worth of comedy. This was just a great night. I want to thank all the comedians one more time. Big round of applause. What a show. The sound, the lights, the video, Tom and Sherry on the drinks, everything.
Mark, I forgot to mention this is really important. It's for the crowd. I'll be selling my book.
Where will you be selling the book, Steve? There's a table out there. And
this is important to know. Only $10 a copy.
Whoa.
But I can autograph them.
Your name or somebody else?
Or $50 a copy. Afterwards. But yes, I'll put in any name you want.
Shameless plug number 683. There he goes to the door with his books and the tables. You guys have been great. Thank you for coming. Amanda's got a couple more things. I'm Mark Lipsky. Our next show is September 24. Write it down. We'll see you then.
All right, well, thank you, Mark Lipsky, and all of tonight's performers. There was a lot of laughter in the room tonight. It was great. You can watch replays on our Facebook and YouTube pages, so you can show your friends if they weren't able to be here tonight. Thank you to our viewers watching the stream. Please make a donation, Venmo at Kelly4Music under the business tab. And for PayPal or credit card, go to kellycenter.org and click contribute. And in the notes, type comedy. Tomorrow night, my little brother, actually, Mike Huth, presents the Haverford Middle School Music Club. Lots of great talent there. And on Sunday evening, round 1 of the 17 and under star competition. For ticket info on all upcoming shows and events, go to kellycenter.org and visit the event calendar. Special thanks to our sound and video techs. We have Katie Yoon and Taylor Ewing and also Gavin tonight. Let's give them a round of applause. We have our house volunteer, Dawn, helping out. Great job, Dawn. On behalf of Tom and Sherry Kelly and Paul and Susan Kelly, thank you for joining us and thank you for your contributions. From the Kelly Center for Music, Arts, and Community in Havertown, Pennsylvania, I'm Amanda. Stay safe, play it forward, and good night. Thank you for coming.